Every generation or so, a group of men become known throughout the globe. The best known Irishman of the 20th century was Eamon de Valera, or Dev, as he is more fondly known by those who appreciate him. He was one of the leaders of the 1916 rebellion in Dublin, and he went on to become president of the first Dáil, or Parliament. He became the undisputed leader of Fianna Fáil when it was founded in 1926. That year he spent time in Kerry seeking support from Republican leaders and asking them to join his newly founded political party. Two prominent Republicans, John Joe Sheehy in Tralee and Governor Ní Brodéir in South Kerry, refused to be part of Fianna Fáil. Following the general election of 1932, Fianna Fáil had an overall majority and formed a government. The Fianna Fáil party has dominated Irish politics in most of the governments since then. One of Dev's most important visits to Kerry was in 1947. He travelled around the coast of Ireland in an Irish naval corvette. The purpose was to visit all the populated offshore islands. On the Blasket Islands off the Kerry coast, he listened to the requests from the islanders. They wanted to be resettled on the mainland. There was only one schoolboy on the island, Gearóid of Cahan. He was 6 years of age, and de Valera made a promise to look after his education. Because of the human interest, the story was published around the globe under the headline, "The Loneliest Boy in the World." The last of the islanders left the Blaskets in 1953 and 1954. O'Cahan and his parents were settled in a new home at Dunquin. Gearóid is now living in Cork and recently took a lively interest in the future of the island as a National Heritage Centre. The Great Blasket is now owned by the nation. In 1956, de Valera spoke at a Fianna Fáil rally for a by-election in North Kerry. During the election campaign, Dev let it be known that he would like to have lunch with a typical Kerry farm family. The request was answered by a North Kerry farmer and councillor, Maurice Lawler, and I was invited to record the event. It was a two-storey house, not very big, but a very happy family who were engaged deeply in tillage, especially beef. Dev seemed to like the informality of the occasion. During the meal, he chatted on farming matters to Mr. and Mrs. Lawler and their teenage family. In 1955, de Valera attended the opening of a hostel in West Kerry called Brúna Gráige. At the opening ceremony, de Valera was seated next to General Richard Mulcahy, Minister of Education at that time. But Mulcahy was the leader of the state forces during the Civil War and fought on the opposite side to Dev. At the opening of the Dingle GA grounds in the 1960s, the two former enemy leaders met again. That was taken as a sign that the Civil War bitterness had ended eventually. When he left active politics, Eamon de Valera served 2 terms as President of Ireland. In August 1975, Dev died. It was the biggest state funeral Ireland had ever seen.